Well, happy Friday to you. It's another beautiful day here in Salt Lake, and you can see behind me some of the flowers in the front garden. As the older I get, the more I'm a lover of flowers. Before I go into today's topic, I was going to talk about the fact that Salt Lake City is a very interesting place. And I've told you I'm not a map guy particularly, but Brigham Young, the Mormon leader who settled in the valley here, he was an engineer, and he set up the grid system here of roads in an amazing way. It is literally like a grid, literally like a map. So 200 south and 200 east is 2 blocks from a certain road, North Temple, and 2 blocks from State Street. I think it's State Street or Main Street, can't remember, I think it's State Street. So you know exactly where you are. You've got this complete grid system where you have these 2 reference points, north and south and east and west, and everything radiates from there. Super clever stuff. So you can really never get lost in Salt Lake City. People still use their kind of routing devices here, but you actually don't need them. Someone could say 1300 south, 7th east, and I know exactly in my head where that is. It's quite an amazing place actually, Salt Lake. You should come visit sometime. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about the magic of collaboration. I've gone on and on about collaboration in the past, but I never see it done as greatly as I saw it done this week actually. Earlier this week, I sat in on a call with 2 chaps. I won't name them. I won't even tell you what industries they're in, but one is a technical guy, super clever, knows AI, knows generative AI, knows a lot of that world, and I've been super interested to talk to him and learn more about AI, particularly as we talk about 𝐬𝐸-ChatGPT, and he's been actually helping evolve that story that I've been sharing over the last couple of months. And then somebody else who actually works in a very specific industry and knows that industry, he's been in that industry for 29 years and is an expert in that industry, but is also very technically savvy as well. So it was great and I mentioned in one of my other videos before that now we've got all this new technology, it behooves us to actually start thinking about some of the problems that we can solve with the technology. It isn't the technology, it's no good, data and platforms, etc. We have to have a problem we're solving. We only discover those problems by collaborating, bringing the right people into the room, particularly in this chap's case, who knows this particular industry inside and out and is technical. So it was really fascinating being the 3 of us in a virtual room together to actually talk about some of the problems of that industry and to drill down. I think I mentioned the way to get to problems, to really get focused, to not to try and solve all the world's problems, thinking about smart cities or global warming, very valid things to be thinking about, but they're such huge topics. Breaking off small chunks is important. So this conversation was very much around the technology, but also business problems that could be solved using that technology. And I will use the word magic because it was like magic in the room for me to be in with those 3 guys, us together collaborating, thinking some of this through, just kicking ideas around really. But it really was spine tingling to actually be in that room, and I'm not overstating that. For me, it was so magical to hear perspectives from both sides about problems and then ways potentially to solve those problems. And the conversation was very academic, but in real terms there were things that we found out and discovered just in the conversation we'd never thought of before, and post-conversation as well. So I always think that it's difficult to do what we did to get those right people in the room together, but we managed to do it, and my thanks to those 2 guys for the conversation. There's more we'll advance those conversations in time, but I think my point for this video is it's all well and good just having technical people together driving thought processes and maybe building solutions. It's all well and good folks that really don't understand the technology, and I wouldn't include my friend who's in a specific industry as being in that group, but there's a lot of folks that don't necessarily understand what's now possible. Bringing those people together, those that know what's possible but know the technology, and those that don't know the technology but have problems that can be defined, that's where magic happens. That's when new products happen. That's when new solutions occur. That's where we get advanced. So I love the conversation. I would encourage everyone to try and bring those right people into the room where you get that right mix and ideation happens. And ultimately, some fantastic things can come out of those conversations. So there's my Friday talk. Have a wonderful weekend.